Doc Loves the Kids, a local Kitsap County nonprofit organization established in 2015, whose mission is to provide activities, programs, and community support for at-risk youth.
They put the you in community.
Doc Loves the Kids.
Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy,
where we give you the courtesy of conversation
that's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Hey, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to catch us on our other shows, Plays and Parlays, UFC with LT, Civil Discourse, and the Friday Fix. Well, hello, Senor Wesley. Wild times today. Wild times.
Every day it seems like we say the same thing. We live in wild times, it's crazy times, but this is the United States under Trump. Trump, this is what we go through on a consistent basis.
There ain't never no slow news days, like none at all.
Hey, this is why they really wanted him back. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the news media wanted him back
because they make so much money off of him.
It's just every day is a new story. I mean, you were saying that there's a good chance that he might fall off. You know what I mean? Here pretty soon, he's having big spots appearing on his hands. His ankles look like they're the size of the globe. You know what I mean? Like
kicking in. Like only reason he ran for president is because they were trying to throw him in jail. He wouldn't have cared.
It's like his eyes are starting to bulge out of his face. So you notice that how his eyes are starting to look kind of like bulgy.
Well, he's old, man. He was Joe Biden. Him and Joe Biden weren't going to make it to the end of their term. You know what I'm saying? They're old, man.
Joe might have made it. Joe might have made it, man. This guy's way out of shape. Joe's skinny still. He's having cognitive problems.
I saw a skinny old dude in his car, and the guy had to break out the back window because he still had his foot on the gas after he hit the car or a truck.
That'd have been Joe Biden. I ain't gonna front. That'd have been Joe Biden around this time in his life right now, man.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Sad times, ladies and gentlemen. A shooting at a Minneapolis Catholic school kills 2 children, injures 20. A shooter opened fire with a rifle Wednesday through the window of a Catholic church in Minneapolis and struck some of the nearly 200 children celebrating Mass during the first week of school, killing 2 and wounding 20 people in an act of violence, a police chief called absolutely incomprehensible. Armed with a rifle, shotgun, and pistol, 23-year-old Robin Westman approached the side of the church and shot dozens of rounds through the window towards the children sitting in the pews during Mass at the Annunciation Catholic School. Excuse me if I misspelled that or mispronounced that. Just before 8:30 a.m. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hare said at a news conference, he said the shooter then died by suicide. The children who died were 8 and 10. 14 other kids and 3 parishioners were wounded but expected to survive, the chief said. On Wednesday evening, hundreds prayed, wiped away tears, and held each other during a packed vigil at a nearby school gym where Governor Tim Walz and U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar, along with Catholic clergy, joined the mourners. Archbishop Bernard Habad talked about the inscription at the front of the church that reads "House of God and the Gates of Heaven." How is it that such a terrible tragedy could take place in a place that the house of God and the gates of heaven? He asked. It's unthinkable. Now, you know, we have a video. I'm not 100% sure, but they're saying this was his manifesto video that he uploaded. We're playing that right now. As you can see, this man was heavily armed. They're trying to say he was trans, but at this point, it doesn't matter. He's a European male. That always seems to be the census in these shootings. I'm surprised, no matter where kids are at this point, Wes, I'm just surprised they don't have security everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, people act like we still live in this old world where we don't need security. You need security everywhere.
I mean, and that's the worst thing about it, because we sit back and we pretend like these type of things, like this could be stopped. There's just, I mean, we have guns here. I was discussing that with someone today about, we just have a lot of guns in this country and they're not going anywhere. And we're not educating our people on firearm use or even just educating them really well in general. And so this is a really tragic thing, man, to have to see happen. I've had someone hit me up and say, oh, hey, this guy was a trans and that you got left-wing people or whatever need to look out for this XYZ. But we know who most of these mass shootings happen at the hands of. And it's been going on for a long time. For them to bust into a church and just start firing on children, though, something was critically wrong with this person. And I'm sure people knew about this. It's messed up because we want to live in a free country, but then do you report people who you think may have mental or mental decline or mental problems? Do you report them, or are they just talking and using free speech?
He would think about it. He was a law-abiding gun owning citizen until he decided to go shoot up the school.
But let me ask you this, Mac. Do we really believe that he didn't show signs though? I mean, no one just walks around, don't show any signs. You don't see. I mean, I could see maybe he was a hermit, but if he wasn't, people knew who he was and spoke to this person and knew he held these type of views. It's a messed up thing because you don't want to report a person for their personal views or how they feel, because then you're not looked at as a free country. But at the same time, this is a ticking time bomb. A person like this, man.
But I mean, Wes, I'm pretty sure you've seen the gentleman that walks up and down the street holding his head, screaming at invisible people, right?
He probably doesn't have access to guns, though.
Oh, who says he does?
You know what I mean? Like, he probably doesn't have access to a lot of weapons.
We all see crazy people on the street. Are we going to just lock up crazy people? You never know. Somebody could come home and see their wife in bed with another man and kill them all. You know what I'm saying? Just because they snap. People, you can't stop crazy. It's not going to be like Minority Report. You know what I'm saying? Like where they can predict that you're going to commit a crime and they'd lock you up for it. The police, they aren't crime prevention. You know what I'm saying? They're crime stoppers. There's a big thing there. I mean, I wonder, is he going to send? And the thing is, a lot of people want to make this politicized. Like, oh, is he trans? We should lock up all the trans people because they've done about 8 mass shootings in the last 3 years or something like that. I'm like, but you can't.
I don't think that's I'm just saying.
They're trying to make a list. You know, people. The sad thing about it is people are here for clickbait and they're for rage bait. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. The homeboy the guy that shot up the NFL building, right? Yep. Remember, they were trying to say all these conspiracies and all this stuff. Then they're like, oh, he was just mad at the NFL. No story here.
I don't believe that wasn't even really true, because you know that I think he ended up killing a person who worked for like BlackRock or in one of their divisions. I think they tried to shift it off into something else. I really think that was about something else about, you know what I mean, BlackRock and them buying up single family homes and a lot of other stuff that they just kind of shifted the story into the NFL.
I think he was up. No, he tried out for the NFL. It was something about the NFL. But think about it, people are like, oh, okay, now he's a terrorist. No, he's not that. Oh, he's a Democrat. No, he's not that. Oh, he's a Republican. People want to have it to be their narrative so they can say, you see, these people are evil. These people are evil. That's all these people want to do, instead of looking at the tragedy that 20 children were seeing, no matter what your religious background are, 20 children were sitting in a building and they were shot. And it was lucky that the parents and the teachers and stuff were in there to at least try to stop it. You know, this coward man, and a lot of cowards like to run into schools and kill children. And there just needs to be security around children. But I mean, if I can throw anything, I can just say this administration doesn't care about the kids. So I don't see unless you're going to hire private security, it's not going to happen.
All I'm going to say, I mean, at the end of the day, it almost have to go for every single administration that we're talking about, because this has been going on for years and years and years, man. It's been going on. It's the first time that I remember something like this happened was like, I think it was in '96 at Columbine. And that was the first time it happened, and it's gone on. It's been happening every year ever since, consistently, number of times per year. You know what I mean? So I don't think that we have to look at this as an American problem. This is a homegrown problem where these people are they have access to firearms, they have access to anger, a lot of it. You know what I mean? Hatred. Because I mean, if it's true that he wrote all that stuff on his magazines, and then he had a manifesto, either this was all just like a calculated ruse, like, I just want to just pretend I'm this way. Or, I mean, this is what America is right now. And this is kind of what we're going to have to get used to.
The guy in Florida where he shot up the gay club and they thought, he's a Muslim. No, he was gay, and he went into the club and he saw the person that he was hooking up with somebody else. So he went in there, shot that dude, shot everybody else up, and then came out and said, Allah Akbar. So they shot him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
really?
How you can look it up. He was gay as hell. Gay as hell. I don't mean to laugh at the situation. I'm just saying. But, you know, it's a tragedy that goes on here in America. It's something that's never going to stop. And people need to understand, we need to have security at our grocery stores. You need to have security at the bus stations. You need to have.
That's the way it would. Get rid of the guns then. You know what I mean? I don't even believe that. And I want y'all to let y'all know. I don't believe that. But we're not about to have security at every place, man. This is crazy talk. We never had to have that before. How about we educate people better?
What is education? know what we should do?
You hold on. I'm gonna tell you what education does. You look at, like, I believe it. I want to say it's Switzerland or somewhere like that. One of those places over there, or Sweden. One of those two, where they have every resident, by the time they're like in their teens, they're getting gun. I mean, before that, even when they're in like elementary school, they're getting gun training the entire time in their life. Everyone above the age of 18 has to have a firearm in their house. This is like it's a must. You know what I mean? And they don't have these type of gun crimes going on.
It's because they don't have a lot of hate either. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
You think they don't have a lot of hate in their country?
It's crazy how you
believe that?
Wes, check it. Yes, we have tons of. There's hate.
I believe we have it here. Hate all over the world.
The administration that's in there let off hate. So think about this, Wes. When they're practicing active shooter drills in school, the active shooter is learning the drill with the rest of the kids. All right, that's just a known fact. You know, you can't. The whole thing is you can't stop crazy.
I mean, I think that you can. There's a lot of ways to mitigate what's happening in this country, and we're sitting back saying we can't do anything about it. It's because we don't want to kind of come up with answers about doing things about it. I think there's plenty that could happen. But
yeah,
Palantir lands $10 billion Army software and data contract. Palantir has inked a contract with the U.S. Navy worth up to $10 billion to meet growing warfare demands over the next decade. As part of the deal, Palantir will help the military streamline efficiencies while preparing for threats, consolidating 75 contracts into one enterprise deal, the release states. The agreement creates a comprehensive framework for the Army's future software and data needs that provides the government with purchasing flexibility and removes contract-related fees and procurement timelines, according to a release. The deal further cements the company's role in the U.S. government's clampdown on cost efficiencies by using artificial intelligence tools in President Donald Trump's administration. Trump's Department of Government Efficiency has cut jobs and programs in the effort to curb spending. Palantir co-founder and CEO Alex Karp has been a vocal proponent of protecting U.S. interests and joining forces on AI to fend off adversaries. Shares of the Denver-based artificial intelligence software company have more than doubled year to date. Earlier this year, Palantir delivered its first two AI-powered systems in its $178 million contract with the U.S. Army. In May, the Department of Defense boosted its Maven Smart Systems contract to beef up AI capabilities by $795 million. I mean, so right now, this is a company ran by Peter Thiel, who was co-founded by Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is the person who bankrolled J.D. Vance's rise to prominence to where he's at right now. He is the man sitting at the doorstep of power, next in line.
He's a foreigner.
J.D. Vance. I mean, Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is a foreigner. He was born in Germany, I believe, and moved to South Africa. His family basically his family is known to be apartheid friendly, maybe even quasi neo-Nazi or Nazi friendly as well. He was one of his really good friends who he came from. I won't say came from South Africa with them, but he ultimately did business with them, and they were part of the PayPal mafia. Is none other than Elon Musk. Yeah. We don't really realize how close all this stuff is. Palantir is a company that pretty much right now has a lot of our government contracts and has a lot of our data. Elon Musk was going after our data. Peter Thiel was going after our data for a reason. They're trying to consolidate power. Peter Thiel basically said in the interview that he doesn't want the human race to grow and thrive. This is what he said in the interview. Go check him out. You guys need to do some research on Peter Thiel. It's a very, very important thing to do, and Palantir as a whole as well. Because once Elon,
go ahead.
No.
Palantir has a contract with the U.S. government where actually Donald Trump signed them up, where they're going to take all your information and gather it all in one place. Yep. Now, all your stuff is kind of spread out everywhere through your social medias, your bank accounts, anything you have online. What they did with the U.S. government, which they kind of hid from you, they kept it low key, and the news doesn't report on it. They're taking all your information and putting it in one database, so they can track us and they can keep track of us. I don't know if you've ever seen whatchamacallit. It's basically like the Winter Soldier. Say one of my favorite Captain America movies.
Minority Report. I think there's a bunch of other movies.
So what they did is they're going to have these ships up there, and they're going to have everyone's data. So if anybody was going to be an agitator, they'd be able to take them out. It's the same thing, except for they ain't got the ships in the sky.
That wasn't Hydra, was it?
Yeah, it was Hydra. Hydra was going to do it. Yeah. I love the Captain America movies. But I mean, basically, that's what it is. Now they have your information. They can run it through AI. You say anything negative about the president or the administration.
They're making models about you, pretty much. Basically, they can make a model about you. I think I want to call it the Minority Report, but I'm not really sure if that's what it was. I know Tom Cruise.
Minority Report. Tom Cruise, where they could predict if you were going to commit a crime in the future.
Think about that's where I'm heading right now. Think about just based off of all of your AI, all of your information, what you're saying, what you're looking at, what you're doing. It's almost a predictive kind of a thing with your natural behaviors. If a person watches these type of movies, if they listen to this type of music, if they're viewing this type of things online, now they're building a model out, pretty much saying that these people are more apt to criminal activity or whatever else. It's the same exact thing. This is what they're doing. Now they have it all under under one roof where they can do this to you. So I think we need to really start paying attention to what's happening here. Our country is being hijacked, has been hijacked by Trump and the people behind him. This is not Trump's ideas. This is Project 2025 and the rest of these guys. Go ahead.
And some of you people are cheering on losing your freedom because you think because it's happening to other people, it won't happen to you. But it's going to happen to you, or it's happening to you now. If they take our freedoms, yours is being taken too. It doesn't work just okay. We're just gonna just get them, and no, because you're gonna stand up 1.2. One time you're gonna be like, hey, I don't like that, and they'll be like, tough. And then by the time they put their thumb on your neck, it'll be too late.
Tell you shut up and hit you with the butt of the gun. That's what they're gonna do to you. And
then you got to do that at this point. Think about it. People out here that you got a smart house, you got a smart car, you got a smartphone, and you get paid electronically. They got to press a button and shut you down.
Yeah,
a button. Shut the gas off in your house, cut the electricity off. Your trash will never get picked up. Your car won't work because Elon owns it. Think about it. You see the one guy on the freeway. He kept doing videos inside of the Tesla, and Tesla shut his car off on the middle of the freeway.
It's crazy, man. I mean, this is the world we live in right now, but everyone's good with it. Everyone's cheering this stuff on, like you said. It doesn't make a lot of sense that. I mean, I don't remember when we stopped being Americans, when we stopped loving our freedoms, we were fighters at one point in time. Now we're docile. You know what I mean? We're docile as a people now. I don't know what happened to y'all, but I really want y'all to remember this is not now. I think we're on day 2, but we're really, if I were to count back to when this man took power, but we're on day 2 right now for us. We've been telling you guys it's time for us to stand up and fight and say something and do something that matters, because if not, they're going to remember us for being weak.
Before they regulated and put the algorithm in there, like now they're showing you what you want to see. Before you saw what you wanted to see. Think about it. Like there was more organization online. You can see more videos. You don't see that now. You're arguing. People aren't realizing you're arguing with a lot of bots. A lot of these people. I was looking at people's accounts today, and there were a lot of like on old Twitter, but their accounts were made last year, this year. Come on now. Anybody that's been on Twitter has been on Twitter for years. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just saying we don't have control of it anymore. You know what I'm saying? They're keeping you docile. They're showing you what you want to see. Oh, you're a Donald Trump supporter? Here, let me show you a bunch of videos of black people fighting and burning stuff down. Oh, you're a liberal? Let me show you a bunch of stuff of racist people harassing Mexicans and stuff. They're making you angry. They can do whatever they want to. And then the bots and the foreigners. I saw one guy, he was like, he started saying something. I was like, bro, you got a whole bunch of American flags, but you know what I'm saying? You're in like Thailand. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of foreign
influence. Because a lot of us, our algorithm kind of leads us to certain things as well too. Yeah. I watch certain things, so I'm going to have certain things that's going to show me, but it's also going to show me some things that make me happy, because I like certain things that I like to look at that probably make me happier too at the same time. So I mean, we do need to take control of what we do. We have to be more mindful of what we're doing as a whole too, because some days I'll skip by certain things when I don't want to see it. I'll skip by it, and then my algorithm will start changing too at the same time. So
they'll ask you that. Well, speaking of things changing, Denmark summons U.S. envoy over reports on covert American influence operation in Greenland. The U.S. envoy to Denmark was summoned by the Danish foreign ministry on Wednesday after the country's public broadcast reported that a number of American men have attempted to conduct influence operations in Greenland. According to an investigation by Danish public broadcasters DR, at least 3 Americans with ties to U.S. President Donald Trump are conducting active operations in Greenland, sparking concerns that they could be working to shift public opinion and push Trump's desire to make Greenland a part of the U.S. Greenland, a huge resource-rich island in the Atlantic, is self-governing territory of Denmark. Trump has reportedly stated that he wants to annex the island, claiming that this is needed for security purposes. Both Greenland and Denmark are staunchly opposed to the idea. We are aware the foreign actors continue to show an interest in Greenland and its position in the Kingdom of Denmark. This is therefore not surprising if we experience outside attempts to influence the future of the kingdom in the time ahead. Danish Forest Minister Lawrence Luke Rasmussen said in a statement Wednesday. The U.S. State Department confirmed Wednesday that the charge d'affaires Mark Scrotch met with the Danish MFA today at their request. A spokesperson said that there has been a productive conversation that reaffirms the strong ties among the government of Greenland, United States, and Denmark. However, the spokesperson said they had no comment to provide on the actions of private U.S. citizens in Greenland. The U.S. government does not control or direct the actions of private citizens, the spokesperson continued. The president, the vice president, and the secretary of state have all been clear. The United States respects the rights of the people of Greenland to determine their own future. Hey. So basically, they got caught doing special operations. They got caught. That's what they're embarrassed about it. Like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? They're friends of the president. So,
yeah, I mean, this is it kind of reminds me of what happened in Ukraine back in I want to say 2014, I believe, when Russia took Crimea. It wasn't taken by force, really. I mean, it kind of was, but it wasn't like they didn't come in there with armed troops to take the land and with an army and do it. What they did was they sent in a bunch of these little green, like they called them green men or something like that. They came in and sat around the country, just being these green coats and stuff, sitting around the country. But then they went to like the legislator and said, you know what? You guys should vote to annex yourself, get yourself away from Ukraine and vote to become a part of Russia. And they probably paid bribes and did whatever else. They just influenced the government to say, you know what? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and become a part of Russia. This is the same thing, kind of like we're taking that approach right here. We brought these people in here to kind of test the temperature of different people over in Greenland. We made sure they weren't government officials, so they couldn't look at us as saying we're doing something illegal as a government. They sent in private citizens, pretty much United States citizens. Then they start testing temperatures to see how they can sway Greenland and to becoming part of the United States. Like I said before, I would take Greenland as part of the United States. We need all the land we can get, first of all, and it's a great strategic corridor that we're going to need access to. No one else should have access to that except for us. Anything over on this side, that's us. Period. Plain and simple. That's how I look at it. But I mean, as far as this is concerned, this is like a very, very negative thing to do to your one of your partners and one of your partners in NATO. This is a very strong action by our government showing our intentions, and I don't think that this should be taken lightly by the government of Greenland.
Oh yeah, no, they called it special operations because exactly what it was, and it's a slap in the face to your NATO allies. And NATO's looking at the U.S. like, okay, we can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? You're over here doing shady stuff like Russia. And the sad thing is they got caught, and the people are like, yeah, you know what they're doing? They're keeping a tally of anti-Donald Trump people up there, so they know who they need to get out later. And it's sad that it's not sad, but it's stupid they got caught doing it. Like
a lot of people were anti-Donald Trump in this country. You know what I mean? And they're taking tally of us as well. I think that they're gonna start squashing dissent. That's gonna be the next big thing they start doing, going after social media accounts, going after people. Because I already told you that no one should be able to.
John Bolton raided his house for nothing.
Raided his house.
Just raided it because he said something negative about Donald Trump on the news. And so he's like, go raid his house.
Look at his house and didn't even come out with nothing.
Yeah,
I'm suing. I'm suing.
Who are you gonna sue?
You know what I mean,
to who?
The government. I'm suing.
What, you're gonna sue the government?
Yeah.
In what court? In what court, Wes?
I mean, hey, I understand. I get it. I get it, but I'm suing anyways, though. I'm
gonna take it to the Supreme Court. Let's see what they say about it.
They say about
Wes.
Hey, listen, I tried to tell y'all this before. I told y'all this is the way it was gonna go before. I said this is exactly. He had the setup. It was the setup. This has been in play for a long time. We act like we don't understand. Like when they talk about two wings, one bird. This is a fact. You think that they didn't want Trump in power in 2016? I'm not saying that he wasn't voted into power. But you think they didn't want that? Because they understood this is a way for them to hold on to power for longer. The younger people you put in the Supreme Court, the longer they're sitting in the Supreme Court. It's a lifetime appointment. They knew what they were doing. They did not give Obama that last one when he could have put in Merrick Garland for a reason, man. This is the road we're on. When you sit back and act like you don't want to vote, or you got a problem with this person, or this person that's not black enough. Even when you're sitting here, you're allowing people who are European to tell you who's not black enough when they're mutts themselves. Excuse my language. That's probably a very bad thing to say. But I don't care. It is
Yeah,
what
whatever.
it is. When a
It is.
person's, I'm not, but all of us are. In reality, I have multiple different things inside of me. My skin's just really dark, period. Because I'm 90% black. You know what I mean? But I still have other things inside of me too. Most of us all do. That's a fact. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we're sitting here allowing people to tell us, oh, she's not all black. So what? So what? Where does her priorities lie?
You can't get I mean, now they're feeling, you can get them out to protest against Trump, but when it comes, they always want that perfect candidate. Hopefully they get over that. I mean, hopefully if there's another election, I doubt it.
I mean, Gavin Newsom's probably going to end up being the guy.
Newsom, it has to be Gavin. It has to be a man.
It
has to be a strong, and I'm gonna say it has to be a strong white American man. That's the only thing that we are not ready. America, you've shown it twice. They are not ready for a woman president. A black one got in there because George Bush had us bad, and Barack Obama knew how to play basketball. But America's not ready for a woman to be president. And if they try to run another woman as president, they will keep losing as the Democratic Party.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think eventually it'll happen. You know what I mean? And I'm all for it.
Yeah, when we're old, I'm all for it. If we make it out of this, the America that we have, the hopes and dreams like anybody can be president, that's gone. All right. The America that we used to have where we had checks and balances and rules and laws, that's gone. All right. Everyone needs to let go. Look at me, folks. Look at me in the eyes. Let go. You let it go. It's over. You let it happen. You helped make this. The lesser of two evils. Well, this is the evil you get now. You did this. This is what you wanted. Your groceries are high. Your gas is high. Your kids are going to watch other kids starve at school because they can't get free lunch. People are going to be it's illegal to be homeless. You understand that? So if you lose your place, you have about an hour to shake it off and find somewhere to sleep, or else you're going to jail.
I know you wanted to also discuss the Amtrak thing, so go ahead and do that, and we'll just call that you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll just swivel this really quick before we let you go, folks. Trump extends control over Washington by taking management of the Union Station away from Amtrak. President Donald Trump administration is taking management of the Union Station away from Amtrak, and the latest example of the federal government exerting its power over the nation's capital. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announced the takeover Wednesday alongside Amtrak President Roger Harris at Washington's main transportation hub during the launch of an updated version of the rail service, Sela train. The federal government owns the federal government owns Union Station, which is near the Capitol. Duffy said the station has fallen into despair, and when it should be a point of pride for the District of Columbia. He said the Republican administration's move would help beautify the landmark in an economical way and was in line with the Trump vision. He wants Union Station to be beautiful again. He wants transit to be safe again, and he wants our nation's capital to be great again. And today is part of that, Duffy said. Now, the reason I read that to you folks, we don't have to keep reading into it. You have to understand, this man is securing his fortress. All right. That's all it is, securing his fortress. So there will be no transfer of power. He doesn't have to leave. This time he's ready for the coup. He's like, what do you mean? I don't care. Oh, this election was rigged. I'm not leaving.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. We're actually, I mean, I feel like we keep falling for the same exact thing. He's never lost an election in his eyes. I've never lost. He'll never lose. There's no way he can lose. And if anyone else gets voted out, they're not going to leave either. He's going to already have the troops in place to not give it up.
And he's
going to go in there. He's going to go with armed guards, and they may, and just be like, you know what? We're making sure his new vice president is not going to certify the election. It's not going to happen. We don't have a Mike Pence in there right now. We got JD Vance, man. This dude is already bought and sold. I told you guys earlier today who owns him. People, these are foreigners who own our vice president, and by default, but for how much money they put into the presidency and for all the contracts they're getting out, own our president as well. They own the country. I mean, this has been going on for a long time. You guys have to start paying attention. This is why he's cornered. Now he has a train station, which can bring in probably the most amount of people and most amount of equipment as well, too. He can bring in, doing whatever he wants. Oh, I need tanks. I need X. I need this. I need that. Well, we got the train station. We can bring it all in through there if we need to. We need more troops. Yep. Bring them on in through the train station. We ain't got to wait on the roads.
Yeah, we got to wait because we're going to shut the roads down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys will see. Well, look, we warned you. We told you what was going to happen. You didn't want to listen. Now it's happening, and you're still not listening. Well, some of you are. Some of you see it. Like we see it already. So I mean, the more he can lock down around there, he's like, next, I'm going into Baltimore. Like, I've been watching The Wire all week. I don't think you want them problems. But you know, we're gonna keep you updated, ladies and gentlemen, because you know, all this stuff that we're talking to you right now is masked by that school shooting that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not even seeing this stuff will be out the news by tomorrow, but we have to keep you informed about what's happening to our country and how it's digressing back into a dictatorship and authoritarianism. You know what I'm saying? And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is Uncommon Courtesy. Until next time.